Welcome to my diary. I'm Tatami, and we taking a shot right now. Mm. Oh, a little chop. A little shot and a little sip because it's late. I have taken a chop lately. For those of you who are new, that means a little hit off the bong of some tree. But that was a little earlier, so I thought we would do a shot. Oh my goodness, am I already drunk? What am I doing with my language? Okay, so we're here to update with the quilt. You'll see some clothes over here, some clothes maybe. I don't know what you'll see because this is still in the early stages of me using my new tablet. But just know I'm a normal human being, okay? I'm a normal human being who tried to follow Marie Kondo's method, and it turns out when you're the only one doing it in your fucking house because you're a fucking housewife and everybody else is fucking either busy or fucking young, you find yourself doing the beautiful folding techniques for everybody else in the house. But your own stuff winds up embarrassing you on, your own fucking diary because you don't have fucking time for your fucking self. And that's the real gospel truth, okay? The real gospel truth is that you wait to both marry and birth children until you can assure that both your spouse and your children are ready for the lifestyle you are prepared to lead. And honey, I used to be one of those Montessori, teach to the children. Honey, you're going to end up with a child who literally fucks up everything you ever determined about humanity in life just to humble, embarrass, and humiliate you. You thought you knew humiliation when you saw fucking, who was it? Envy pull out their own heart at the end of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or whatever. Yet no, you don't. Because you're going to be pulling out your own heart when you try and apply your logic to the real world. It just isn't going to work. Here I am with a little pointer. We're going to talk about my quilt now because I think I just disturbed some people's, beliefs about their own lives, their own families, or their own future families. So let's just move on. Okay, so I finished the top of the quilt. Here we have, oh goodness, can we just indulge me for a few moments? I put the lids, my pointer is not long enough with my own arm. My arms are pretty long, by the way. I like my arms, I have really big hands for a woman, really long arms for a woman. I enjoy it. But at the same time, it fails me when I need it most every time. For example, boom, boom, baby, as Kuzco would say, I cannot reach the two jars up here, but note the red lids on both. I use this hideous, hideous tiger stripe fabric that my husband picked out years ago. Red and black tiger stripes. The black was the stripes. I couldn't tell him then it was ugly because he didn't believe me. He thought he was going to make himself pants on my sewing machine with half a yard of red and black tiger stripe fabric. Thankfully, he didn't have the insight to change his plan to boxer briefs because it's hideous. Who wants to see your man walk around in that? why did he buy this fabric? But turns out it's actually kind of cute in the lids. And it reminds me of the fact that I have a drawer full of lids, and often lids from one thing will attach to another. And often when I do things like infuse alcohol, infuse vodka, do my thing, I will use a lid from one thing onto another just because it's what's clean, open, empty, available, fits. That's what those two jars at the top remind me, with the moon jar and the Ankara fabric jar. So you'll also notice, what else did I add since I last talked? Okay, so we do have the two candles, Boom Boom, and the Crossroads portrait. This is something that's not really necessarily new. You've probably seen it if you watch any of the recent videos. I really do enjoy the idea of the two candles because I was able to use the orange for both of the, obviously, the flames of those candles. And I was also able to use that same orange for the flame of the pot down here. So it was able to give me some continuity in the imagery. I appreciate that. You already saw the portrait with the two mountains made of kente cut separately, and the moon made of a snakish Ankara I have. You'll notice I have a, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. I have a pin right here and a pin right here for the teapot because we're about to try and stitch around those. And even though we have this other imagery on the back, I'm hoping that making these, starting from here and spreading this way, will allow me to really make the back of this quilt. You'll note I've never made a quilt before. I chose a batting that was supposedly twin size, but okay, this is 80 by 40. This is technically 80 by 40 if I just blindly trust what I purchased, this blue polyester and this fuzzy-ish but also clearly cheap and very thin backing is also 80 by 40, but this is supposed to be slightly bigger than that, like 4, 5, 6 inches, and it definitely goes above and beyond that. It's a lot, and I'm very nervous about cutting. So my hope is if and by the way, whoever I was making this for that contest has not yet, and I know they got my submission because they asked me how big it was, and I was like, girl, how did you not tell them how big it was? How did you not just say twin size? But I did respond with that, and I just, I don't know if they think it's too ugly, too stupid, too literal, too weird, too amateur. I don't know. So I just have to keep going in the fact that I actually pretty much like this quilt in a lot of ways that I didn't realize I would like this quilt, and that I'd be willing to both hang it on the wall here. I'd be willing to hang it on the wall in my twins' bedroom. I'd be willing to literally lay it flat in my twins' bedroom, even with the mojo bag that I put on it. We do absolutely have a mojo bag here with complete with, chicken's foot, prayer cards, John the Conqueror route, all of it. You know what I'm saying? I'd be willing to put this in my kids' room and appreciate the fact that they appreciated it, which they do. You know, a lot of my love for this quilt actually came from the fact that after I put it together, the whole front of it, and submitted it, the next morning I woke up, literally, I'm not making this up for a Pixar movie. I woke up here in this bed. It's on the wall right here, on this blue wall of the house. And I wake up to the two of them in my room, which they're not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be in their bedroom. They know better. They usually are always in their room. But I woke up to them here discussing the quilt, discussing the pot, discussing the fire, discussing her hair, discussing, just the plants, the candles, the jars, the picture. This wasn't here yet, so they couldn't obviously discuss this. The lids on the jars weren't there, but that's about it. Everything else, they wanted to talk about it, and I really appreciated that and thought it was just so pretty, and it made me warm up because, when you see things through a child's eyes, you remember that things have value beyond like what your highest expectations have. I can sit here in perfection and nitpick myself till the end of days, and I'll do it to make myself a better artist. But at the same time, I can, the same way my kids have made me appreciate the most mediocre of jokes. I watched the Larva Island movie with them, and I'm just like, for the first time, I can appreciate a fart joke. Like, and I remember being like 2, 3 years old and hating fart jokes and burp jokes. Like, fuck you, don't make me see gross shit. That's how I felt when I was a little girl. But my little girl helped me find the humor in that type of shit. I find it funny when she finds it funny. Like, she helped me find that humor. So now when I'm by myself, I find that humor. So, anyways, like, it helps you grow. Is that what I'm saying? I've grown. The way my kids see it helped me grow, and I just have a new appreciation for it and a new appreciation for my own art just from seeing my kids appreciate basic ass imagery that they understood, and they don't even have a grandma. Like, I was adopted by a white woman who basically chose her pedophile, rapist, abuser husband over me, and gets offended to the point where we haven't spoken in years because she's mad that she suspected I wanted to discuss our relationship in that context of her husband. I wasn't even doing that. I was literally, she thought I double sent something, and really I sent something new, and was trying to get in with her on quilting because she likes to quilt. I thought we were about to start a new chapter of our relationship through quilting, and in reality, she thought I was trying to offend her, um, in her place of being an adoptive parent. And her subsequent outburst was just eye opening. I was just like, oh my goodness, you've been holding that in, haven't you? You've been waiting until you thought I was old enough for it to not be totally psycho, inappropriate, disgusting, for you to just word vomit what you've been feeling out. And so, even though I had originally sent her an email that I did not think she would identify with, that I just thought she would find intriguing as a transracial parent. And because she thought I had double sent her that, and in reality, I had literally sent her, I forget, I want to say it's not Faith Ringgold, it's somebody else, I swear. Maybe it is. She makes like white, and then it's like a black print of the quilt, but it's quilting art. I had sent her that, and she thought I had double sent her the thing about adoptive parents, and snapped in like paragraph. Like, I've struggled as an adult, and she has not sent me even an iota of that empathy. But when it came to her thinking I was attacking her adoptive parenting perspective, she went really all out, and I lost somebody not only who was a parent but somebody who quilted in my life. So I'm really cold turkey on how to quilt all of this myself. I plan to just, especially because I know whatever I quilt will end up on this side. So my plan is, because you'll maybe see, I clipped all through this side. I managed to purchase these. Look at these creepy children. Look at these children. Okay, it's so cute, but it's also kind of creepy. It's this little thing that also I ordered clips and expected them to come in a plastic thing, but it came in a metal thing. I just dropped the metal thing because I couldn't even control. It came in this metal thing of many different colors. What I thought I was buying came in a metal tin. It reminds me of those Danish tins of when I was young. The kids are creepy but cute. It's that I keep doing it upside down. This old-fashioned, creepy, cute kid. And these clips have come in real handy. I just lined up one side with them, and I plan to just stitch little things to make sure it stays. So, like, say the pot, the outside of the frame of this portrait, maybe the frame of her body and her headdress, the frame of different things to just keep the middle uh attached. If that makes is am I making sense? And I just move it from here to here so it doesn't feel like, maybe those jars up there I'll also do. And even though the backing is this whole other thing of the moon cycles, I hope to just push it to the side and not have it be bunched, not have it be so embarrassing for my first one, because like I said, I haven't gotten a response if they even want my quilt for the exhibition. And to be honest, I kind of like the quilt regardless. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put it on this wall, that wall, between those two walls, in the corner, in my kids' room. I think they'd appreciate it because, like I said, they really liked it in private. And also I have, a, what is it called? Shower curtain I use for decor. I got that idea from the Afrocentric Home Decor channel by Lisa Marie. And I use that, but like, why not use something like this that I've actually made and dedicated myself to and really genuinely love and put my heart and soul into? So, yeah, even if they don't choose it, I'm going to really enjoy this one, especially with the mojo bag I put on the side up there. I really love it. Like, I did everything by heart. I did the chicken foot I painted by heart. The coin is something I really honestly love. The American Samoa 2020 coin with the bat and the baby bat, because it's like, okay, imagining that the bat is a mother, the baby bat is a mother in her womb, same as any mammal, correct? Am I crazy for thinking the same as any mammal? A mammal's daughter's womb will hold an egg that potentially becomes her next daughter. And that's the trifecta. That's the mother maiden crone. That's you know, that's the connection, the circle of life. And I think it's so beautiful. So anyways, I put a whole bunch of things. I put the ring with this charm, this ancestor mask charm on it. I stitched the hand for the left hand, so this is like a marriage to your bloodline. I did it all, and I honestly think Even though it's my first time, I have a lot of faith that it's going to turn out right. How about you? I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling maybe because of my naivete about quilting and putting these three layers together, the back, the middle, and the front, the batting, right? I don't know how to work with this. I've never worked with such a thin back. I've never worked with any back. I bought a cheap back because I'm broke and I don't have much. And it was literally a lot for me to buy this backing, to buy this batting. It was a lot. So I'm really praying it, and the clips, which it seemed like were really important. It just, I'm nervous, but I have a lot of faith. I don't know. Pray for me. I hope it works out. I have so much faith and I just want it. I want to be a good quilter. I don't even know why. Isn't that weird? Like, I've wanted to be a good writer all my life. I've tried to practice at writing, but I've only produced a few things that I think are worthy of calling myself a writer. But quilting, there's something in me that's just like, keep quilting, even though you know Bisa Butler exists, you know Faith Ringgold exists, you know Harriet Tubman sold a quilt of hers that got her information on the Underground Railroad. That was the subsequent information that she went on to share with everybody that she brought to freedom. You know? Harriet Tubman was a better quilter than this. Let's just be honest. I know that, but I still want to be a better quilter, a better storyteller, a better artist, a better writer. Is this imposter syndrome? When you like want to do something so bad, but you think you're not good at it? I feel like imposter syndrome is when you get the opportunity already and you just think you're not good enough for the opportunity. But I feel like I'm a little different. I don't have any opportunity. Nobody's offered me anything. I kept myself quiet because I thought I was being like egotistical. But the fact is like I do have things to say and I like them. I like this teapot, but does this teapot say what I think it says? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for viewing my diary right now. May your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads, especially as we face so many, both in our own minds and in the world at large beyond our control. And I'll see you next time.